Hey guys, welcome back to Judo Highlights. We'll have a look at the action for day 3 at the Tbilisi Grand Slam. Now this is Salamanidze, one of the favorites for Georgia, and he got through his first contest, a nice score there, but unfortunately lost in his next one, which meant he was eliminated, didn't go through to the repechage. And then the same thing happened to Maisuradze, getting thrown here with the Uchimata for Ippon. So for under 90s it was Bozorov and Mathieu in the finals, and this was a good final, a bit of back and forth between these two. Here you see the score with the Osotogari from Mathieu, and he was doing that all day, that Osotogari. We'll have a look at some of that in a second. But Bozorov here with the Wazari for the Kataguruma, and then Mathieu comes back with the Kochi, and they do have a look at this. And I have to say that I disagree with the officials here, because Mathieu's doing a really good job of not touching the leg with his hand. He's not grabbing the leg. And we've seen people do this before. Very careful just to use the elbow or to frame against the leg. And they've gotten scores for that in the past. So this might set a precedent going forward. Maybe no more pinning of the arm against the leg. But anyway, so Mathieu, he goes forward and then he almost gets another score. So I think Bozorov, he got the gold medal, but I do think he lost this contest. I think Mathieu was the better player on the day. But credit to Bozorov, I mean, he had good defense. A lot of those scores didn't end up being scores, or just the U-call, because of his good defense. So gold for him and a silver for Mathieu. Now here's that Osotogari I was talking about from Mathieu. And because it's so low, I think I would call this an Osoto Otoshi. You don't see them a lot, and I definitely wouldn't call Ono Shohei's Osoto and Osoto Otoshi either. It's not like that. Not like that at all. Now we had Macedo with this beautiful Ashiguruma for Ippon in the bronze medal contest. And also Gonçalves, he had a nice Ashiguruma of his own. So I don't know what it is with Brazilians and the heavyweights doing Ashiguruma, but it's a beautiful technique to see. And here's another one from Macedo, this time turning the technique, using the Ashiwaza into a Seoinage. Now this is Jabanashvili getting thrown for Ippon here. You can definitely hear the disappointment from the crowd. But his journey didn't end there. He had some good throws, made it through the repechage. Here's a really nice throw from him. And then in the bronze medal contest, just a U-call to secure it. So we'll move on now and we'll talk about under 100s. Now Katarina, someone who's just got beautiful techniques. When he does do this, it's awesome to see. Now he doesn't medal a lot, but this time he got through Adamian, went all the way into the finals, came home with a silver, couldn't get through Savitsky. And Savitsky definitely showing to be a force at under 100s. Good Osotogari as well. Seeing this technique a lot at this weight category. A lot of guys kind of mixing in this and Ashiguruma and using them to turn it into the Seoinage. Salamanidze does this well as well. Now Adamian, he's just coming out a lot, competing a lot, just grinding away. Comes up with a medal again. Not as dominant as he once was, but I definitely think he's been a little bit more consistent these days. There was a time where he was almost falling off a cliff, although there are definitely some stronger competitors for Russia at under 100s. Now Kyle Reyes, he had a good day. Check out this Uchimata from him. Really nice. Good control too. And then he went through into the bronze medal contest, had a long bout against Morales, but eventually got the score. And then next up we definitely have to talk about the big heavyweights. So it was Tushishvili against Tasuev in the final. And these two are just giants in the division. Now have a look at the score from Tasuev. It's pretty crazy to be able to do this at plus 100s. I mean, I was talking about it at under 100s, people doing the Osoto, turning it into the Seoinage. But to see this at plus 100s from a big guy like Tasuev is pretty damn impressive. Now for the bronze medals, we had Spikers. He actually came back against Batugiag. Gets this Ippon score here. And then on the other side of the bracket, Demitarashvili gets this Uchimata. I would almost call it a Skashi, but he does come across with his own leg. So it wasn't too great for the Georgians at under 90s and under 100s, but 2 medals for Georgia at plus 100s. And here's just some other highlights from the big guys. Here's a couple from Taserv as well. Sasai for Ippon. And here he is just showing absolute control of the contest. Now this was cool to see. I did mention in a previous video, you're seeing a lot of people stand up more from the newaza. And then you just get things like this kind of happening, which is really nice to see. Bit of action from standing up from the newaza. Keeps it a bit more fluid. Less interruptions as well. Now we'll talk about plus 78 and under 78. We had Diko. She got a score in the gold medal contest. For the bronze medal contest, another score here. Ochigari. Just enough for a Yuko. And then Tolofua, she won this contest by Shiro. At under 78, and I want to talk about this bronze medal contest first. Did you see that? That was really bad. Sampaio definitely didn't do it intentionally. I'll show it again. But just watch the elbow kind of dig into the knee. And I think she might have blown out her ACL or something here. And then Sampaio, she actually walks away with the bronze medal for this. So, I mean, it's just unfortunate, I guess. And hopefully these two get a rematch later on. And hopefully Kodriova isn't out for too long. Pozvit, she won her bronze medal by Shiro, so this is just a little highlight from earlier on. And then we had Lobnik winning on the ground in the newaza for the gold medal contest, so I'll leave you guys with this. Stay tuned for the top Ippons. Might be a bit of a delay before I get to it because I am traveling for the next couple of days. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
She ties up the top half now, and I don't think Alea is going to go very far from there. Kodokatami